and welcome back. Okay guys, I finished up the inside cover and I must say it's big and thick and okay, and this is my tryout, so I don't know exactly if I'm gonna do this exactly the same in my gray one, but at least I think a few changes. But let's just show you. Let me just show you what I made inside. Alright, so this is my inside page, and because I really like this to be split in two, so you have two pieces, I really like that. So I wanted to let that go back, and even with the strip I really like have to let that come back in the front. Okay, so what I made, first of all, I made this box page thing. So I wrapped some thread around it, and if you open this up, then you can open this up just like this. And then I already added loads of single photo mats, which I cut wrong. So I just cut the corners in a nice shape and add these in here. So maybe it's just to show you that this is really a very thick box, and it's an expandable one, which we did earlier, but I really like this closure. Sometimes I do these box, the storage piece with the accordion piece on the side, but then just with a big flap. But this time I made this closure, which I really like. And then you also can only add two pieces, but I really liked a little bit strange and odd, you know me, in the meantime. So I just added on all four sides a string, which you can tie this up just like that. Okay, so that is, as you can see, an accordion piece right here. So it's a little thicker, so you can storage in plenty of photos inside. That is why I showed you all the black pieces that fits in there. So that is a nice storage idea, with of course loads of possibilities to add your stuff in there. And then this was definitely a tryout, and I am so glad that I did first a tryout. And I am gonna do exactly the same, but then with a little changes, which I do not like on this one. So what's the plan? Okay, so this is the closure. So I'm gonna take out this one. I still can make a little notebook out of this. I'm not sure just yet. Maybe I will, maybe I don't. So that's why I did not do anything on the inside, but at least the outside. So this is my closure. I definitely need some thick, so to keep this all in one spot. So that is my closure. And then this flips up and this flips down. And then, okay, so the first is just a simple tuck spot, just to have something to be seen, and the rest I did not decorate because you do need the space, guys. So what I did inside here, I add 10 pieces of pages. Okay, so I'm not gonna decorate this because then you will ruin all the space that you need, but I did try it out with 160 gram cardstock. If the space is enough, and it is. If I don't do anything on here, you just put your photo on here, then I do have enough space. And I added 10 of these small ones, so you can imagine 10 pages, 20 pictures. Okay, so that is what's this all about. It's a little book which you can still add loads of pictures in here, or you can use it as a writable piece. And then this side goes on this direction, and that is the thing maybe I like to change on the gray one. I think I like to have them both on the left side as a book. So that is what I made for this one. And yeah, then this is the closure. It's really simple actually, but I really think it adds quite a nice element on this page right here. So what do you say? Do you like it? Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna make exactly 10 pages because it's huge and thick, but hey, why not? We do have the space. That's why I made a large spine. But as you can see, if I close this down, how much space you already lost for the spine. See that? And also with this, hello, this needs to get a little up. Yeah, you know that. There it is. There it is. You have the space right here with this one too. So that means everything what comes inside here needs to be very careful that you don't put your page right in front of here, because you can't because of the thickness of this one. So if you add such a thick piece on the cover, then you always have to be aware that you'll definitely not put anything too close. See, you do definitely need the space right here. See that? That is the only thing you just have to be careful of. But if you are aware of that, then it's perfectly fine. Okay, now the next thing is, alright, so we made 3 double pages. Now let's see how thick is this already. Of course we do have the space to add all your pictures inside, but I think the space is already nice. So and I do have 8 full pages left with 2 half pages, but I have 8 full pages left, and then I don't count the pages where such as this page and this page. I did not count that with it. So I do have 8 pages left and 2 half of these ones. So I could make a 4th page, but I do have to decorate many tags also. So it's a decision that you are going to make right now. So that is why I always like to make first the pages without gluing them in and everything like that, because now I can choose. Do I want it too thick, too bumpy? I don't like that. I do like the space that because you're gonna add pictures on here, and they're fitting loads of pictures in here. So I think we need the space. So I'm gonna stop making any pages. I'm gonna use my 8 pages to decorate and everything. But let us first do the front page together. Alright, are you in with that? Okay, then stay tuned. Alright, let's get started. So I am gonna grab my gray album. And if I'm gonna pick up a new piece of paper, then I am gonna use the normal size of an A4 one. Alright, so let's get started first with the box page. Alright. Let's see. Let's twist this around so I have a nice bumpy piece right here. Now we're gonna make 5 fold lines of 1/2 inch. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do that on the other side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I need to cut these. cut 1/2 inch off. So now I have 2 pieces with 5 fold lines in the middle, and of course every little piece is 1/2 inch. Okay, next I like to cut this at 6 inch, and let's wait just a sec. This is 6 inch. Yeah, that's cool. This side also 5 pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then of course I need to cut this piece. Now I need one last piece. Let's say, yep, this fits perfect. Let's cut this 6, and then score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and cut this piece shorter. Alright guys, now we have our four accordion pieces. So we're going to gentle fold this all down as an accordion, and when I am I fold them all, then I'm just going to see if I am nice and straight, and then I'm going to burnish it down. Okay, let's do that with all the pieces. Straight, burnish it down. Okay, now we're gonna get the long ones. Again, just watch if you're nice and straight. Burnish it down. One more. Here we go. Okay guys, now next. This is not difficult. It's definitely not. Just try without any glue. Now if you grab one big and one small one, then you will see from up that you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the outside, and 1, 2, 3 mountains. Let me call them mountains. Those 3 mountains are going to be on the outside. So if I have this little piece right here, then my 3 mountains are right here. So the mountains are going to be on the outside. Okay. So just place bit by bit in each other and point them in each other. Do I go too fast? Okay, so just put these in each other, and that's it. That is it. Now what I like to do, and you don't have to glue everything. I'm just gonna glue down if there is something. Is there any glue? Hello? Are you at home? Right. The glue is not wakey. Okay, yes, here it is. Okay, I'm just gonna put some glue on this side, and then of course on the other side also. The rest I don't glue them together, only the outside. Okay, that's that. See? And you have a nice accordion corner, just like that. Nice and crispy corner. It is that simple. Yes, it is. It is. Now, before I go any further, I might want to use, and I know I used this piece of paper, so I am going to use that too. Let's cut this a little smaller, because sometimes it is a little bit difficult to get it in when you complete it all. So I'm just gonna put this in the corner right here, so that is already get there. Alright, so let's grab another piece, 3 mountains, and then just put everything on the right spot. Definitely be sure that my design paper is also nicely inside. And then again, if you are satisfied, just go in with some glue, go in the back, and there you go. Yes, okay, see, that is not that difficult, no. All right, the last one. Oh, wait just a sec. Hello. Alright, that was the guy that was gonna fix my roof, because I have a leak on my roof. And that you don't want. You don't want that. Okay guys, so we are gonna continuing with place this down on the right spots, and I need to be sure that my paper is going to be in too. Now I'm gonna do both right now, so to check if I have everything under control. Papers needs to go in. Yeah, and I think I do. Wait just a sec. I definitely need my papers to move a little up, so because it's a little shorter. Okay, that's one. And then this one goes right here and there. Let's move to the spot. It's a little wiggly, but okay, we can manage that. Oh, yep, here it is. Yeah. Okay. So you just have to, because this was a little short, I had a little, but we manage. Yes, that fits nice. Okay. And if it does fits nice, then you can add your glue on, also on the back. Nice corner. And the last piece right there. Okay, it's not that difficult, but it just takes a little wiggly time. Okay, now I still can move this, but I don't want that, of course, but I'm just gonna see that I now can apply some glue underneath the edges to just keep this steady. Here we go. Just a little, just close under the edge. That's enough. Yes, okay, so now it does not move anywhere, but I have it already on the right spot. That is so much easier. Okay guys, so, and of course if you like to make this thicker, then you can make it thicker, but I don't think it's necessary to make this any thicker. I think 3 mountains are enough. Alright, so that is my little box thing, and now I'm just gonna I'm gonna do the closure. And you still can make just a simple page right here. You can use anything that you like, but if you like my 4 flaps, then stay tuned. Okay, let's start with all the flaps that's needed. So first I am gonna grab a piece of paper that is the same size. Okay, to make it easier, perhaps, I'm just gonna start with the template. So I am gonna watch what the middle is. 1 block, 2 blocks. That's how about it. I love having this. And now I only want this to be straight too, so I'm just gonna put this. Am I straight? I think I'm pretty straight. Okay, yeah. I do like a little corner too, so I'm gonna measure right here. If that makes sense, but it will as soon as I am finished with this. Okay, so now I have my I call that my image. No, it's not an image, it's a, yes, that word, I have no clue. My form, is it a form? I don't know. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this. And yes, I do eyeball this, but if you like to use your ruler, then that's perfectly fine with me too, of course. Okay, now I have all the straight lines, and I'm just gonna cut off or on that mark to cut it off. There we go. That's one piece. Now I am going to measure for you guys, and I believe it's 1.5. Yep. Now I need to fold this down, and then this piece is going to be 1.5. Okay, so I'm just going to put this right here, and then I'm going to score at 1.5, and then I'm gonna flip this, and I am not gonna cut this at 1/2 inch because this is 1/2 inch, so I am gonna cut this at 3/4. So it's a small hinge, but it's doable, but it's a smaller hinge than normal. Okay guys, so that's my first one. So I'm gonna do one more time with you. Alright, so let me put this a little, search for the middle. If you don't have such a cutting guide, then of course you just can use your ruler to do that. Place this in the middle, and I'm just gonna eyeball this. I am. Now I'm gonna place my ruler on here, so I know I'm straight. So I still can use the white disc, guys. You don't have to eyeball it. You also can use just this. Here we go. And then, of course, again, you just... I always like to cut first the straight lines. I don't know why, but I just do. Cut this form. Let's call it a form. Shape. It's a shape. Yeah. We use this shape. And of course you can use the other shape if you like. You can use any shape you like. Or maybe you even have some nice edge dies, then you also can do that. Whatever, but I'm just going to use what people who has bought the kit. That's why I'm just going to join them to make exactly the same thing. Alright, and then we just fold this, burnish it down, and there we go. The two long ones are done. So if you can test this out, one side here, one side there, and then this just bump into each other. Perfect. Alright, so let's get to the next one. Alright, so for the next one, I'm gonna grab another piece of paper and I'm gonna cut this same size as this one. And of course we're gonna do exactly the same thing, but I'm with you, so we're gonna do this together. Same thing. I'm gonna watch what the middle is, and that's about right here. I'm just gonna eyeball the middle right here too, and of course I can see that correctly. Use a ruler if you like to create a nice straight line. There we go. Yeah, it can be that easy, guys. It can be. It does not have to be difficult at all, but it just takes time. It just takes time. And here we go for the round shape. Just take your time to cut this out. There we go. Now this one we are going to cut 2.5. Yes. No, we're not going to cut this. Score. We are going to score this at 3.5. So I'm just going to put this at my 0. And then I'm going to score 2.5. And again a 3/4. Here we go. Yeah, and now we can make another one with this one. Yes, we can make another one. That's the beauty, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty. Watch what the middle is. Use a ruler if you like to set that corner. So if my hair is in the way. And there you go. Here we go, here we go. Yep. Yes, okay, let's cut this. Yes, okay, cool. And now for this one too, 2.5 inch. I hope I am in frame, but I'm not. So this piece right here, this first corner, that is my 0. And then I'm going to score 2.5. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch. Yes, and if you like to check that out, check it out, and then these two just bump in each other. Okay, and that is enough to close this everything down, just like that. Okay, cool. Now before I'm gonna add all of this, it's easier to do first your design papers. So how I do that? Well, first I'm gonna do the round ones, and let's check what papers did I use for that one. For the black one, I don't have to do exactly the same, but I like to do that just a bit. Okay, so I used that one. I think we need another one, and I used also a bit of this maybe. But maybe we also gonna use the full sheet, who knows. But at least those I used for the shape. Okay, now let me check first. What we do need to cut down, and that's maybe easy, is, let me first cut this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna cut is the full size, but we're not gonna use the full size, I believe. I believe we do not, but at least I want, no, we don't need the full size, the second one. Yeah, sorry. The second one. You don't need the full size, but you definitely want to be a little lower than the first corner. So what I'm going to do first is measure the second corner in between. That is a measurement that I'm going to cut down. Okay, so now this is to be used in the next piece, and you definitely need a 3.5. So if this is not 3.5, oh, and it's just, that's perfect. It is 3.5, so 3.5 you definitely need. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, because we need 2 pieces at the front and at the back, so we're just gonna fold this in half, and I'm gonna pick the one that I'm gonna use for that. Okay, so put this on as high as possible, and then watch the sides. So you should have a extra 1 millimeter on each side more for this shape. Okay, not the design paper. The design paper needs to be 1 millimeter smaller than the shape. Okay, so when that is done, and wait just a sec, I really hope that I am straight with my papers, so I'm just gonna check that out so I can see that I am straight with this one too. Alright, then just follow the shape and cut it out. Yeah, it can be that simple. One last tip, please cut out just a little below the pencil mark. So you need to cut down this just a little shorter. So really cut off your pencil mark, then you will get that 1 millimeter smaller shape. Here we go. Yes. Okay, and then this should be fitting perfect on your shape. Okay, so I am gonna smooch my edge. Here we go. Put some glue on. Wakey wakey. Here we go. Yes. There we go. Yep. Okay. Now I'm gonna go right away for the other side. Place it down. It can't be that easy, guys. Yes, it can. It takes time, but it can be that easy. Don't always think too difficult if it's easy to be done. Okay, so now I definitely am a little lower than my first corner. That's perfect, so I can add my design paper when I'm done. Now, shall we do one more time together, just to, because this one I'm gonna do exactly the same. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna cut a 3.5. 3.5. And then I'm gonna measure in between the first corners. Right here. Save it in your basket. Fold it in half. There we go. And then just place this on the line so you know you are straight. And then place this. You need, it is good to have something to see if you are straight. Otherwise you are wasting your design paper. Yes, okay, and now just cut off your pencil mark. You need to be a little smaller than the pencil mark. There we go. Yeah, and then just smooch the edges. I don't think we're gonna do the bottom because we are going to add papers over it, so you don't have to exactly do the bottom piece. Alright, that's one. Smooch the edges. Yesterday my unboxing video about my inks were online. And for those who watch closely will see these new papers. So for those who are anxious to see my new papers at that time, they will get a little peep. So I'm curious, but I did not get too much notifications about that. So I think less people are aware of that little secret peep. Alright, let's see. This will fit, so why not use this first? Okay, cutting this at 3.5. Using all my bits. Saving all my bits. Never know what I'm gonna do. A patchwork piece. Okay, 3.5. Fold it in half. Yeah, and the rest you know the drills, of course. I'm gonna do that same thing with these two, and then we're gonna get back for the next decoration piece. Okay, so what I did with this one is I'm gonna use the bottom so the word wild hearts will be seen. So I'm just gonna cut this. Yeah, and the rest, yeah, it's decoration, guys. Do you like to see me all the decoration, or do you want to skip this? Totally up to you, of course. Do you like to skip me? Do you like to skip me? Then be my guest, of course. Of course you want to skip me. Because, yeah, designing, papers, cutting, smooching the edges. Maybe it's boring, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little chit chat. So first of all, as you just hear me get up my phone, I hear a strange noise outside. I don't know what that is, but it's not music. I don't know what it is, but it sounds odd. Okay, so yeah, I do have a leak, but not on my house roof. I have a leak on my yeah, how you call that? How do you call that? My old, and yeah, I have no clue how you call that. But it's that house where my father lived when he lives with us. So it's a flat roof, and during the storm in 2016, they placed a new layer on that flat roof, but now we have a leak, and I know we have a lot of rain the last few weeks. Yeah, but somehow I noticed some rain on the table, so that needs to be fixed. Even we just use that space for to chill out, and my son is always gaming right there, and when they are inviting friends, then they are used to go to that space. But anyway, I don't want any more of that. Water on my table. Of course, you don't want that. So I called, and tomorrow they are going to be fixing that. I hope at least they can fix that. But I assume that they can. So that is what's happening tomorrow. And the strange thing is, this morning it rains so hard that I really thought, oh, I can look and see what is already wet again. But this morning there wasn't anything. So, strange it is. Okay. Continuing with my design. As you can see, I use my leopard one. I love that leopard one. I really love this one. So there we go. And now this, oh my, do you see what I see? This is not straight at all. Ooh. Okay. Then I am gonna fix that, but I'm not gonna ruin this paper. Let me show you how I fix that. Okay. I'm still gonna cut my piece. And I'm just gonna place it down as if it's not happened, that I cut it wrongly, and that means that I did not cut this piece wrong, but the shape is not perfectly straight. I think this is the first one without using the ruler, so I definitely can recommend that you use the ruler. Oh wait, we did use that ribbon, so maybe I can cover that up with that ribbon. Oh yes, no one will see. Yeah, otherwise, if you don't use this, then you could just cut a small strip, something like this, with this color, and just add this on top, so no one would ever know that I cut my shape not straight. Okay, so that is not that bad. Now, before I'm gonna do the back, I am gonna glue it down. And let's see, yep, the flower one needs to go below. Okay, so let's just start with the first one. I still hear such a strange noise outside. I have no clue what's happened. It sounds like a machine or something, but no clue. Alright, that's the first one. Burnish that down, and I'm gonna place the next one on, and the next one is with the wild hearts. So you still see the word wild hearts. Okay, place it down. But before you're gonna burnish it down, this needs to be closed. This still can be closed. So if that is not the case, then move it a little upwards. Okay. This needs to be, still can be closed down. Okay. So let's go to this one. Same thing with this one. Place it down, but check if this still can be shut down. That is the case, so that's beautiful. Okay, and then the last one. Now I'm first gonna check before I'm gonna put this down. Can this be closed? Yes. Can this be closed? Yes. Okay, so it fits nicely in between. So I don't have to cut anything. But if yours for some reason do not, then you always can cut a little millimeter off so it is fitting. Test, test, yes. Okay, so this and this and this and this fits all ready to go. And I do still have to see here my wild hearts. What is that word? I'm gonna check out what that word is because it scares me. Okay, I think it's such a machine or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna use this paper for the inside. You all can do that. Just be aware that the words are not glued down upside down. When that is ready, I'll come back to you. Okay. Okay, and of course I want to do the edge, so I am gonna first try how wide this is gonna get, and then I'm gonna cut all 4 of these cuts. I have watched how wide this is gonna get. Now I'm gonna cut all 4 of these. Alright, so yes, I do gonna smooch the edges. So I'm just gonna see the first one, of course, needs a little piece closer, shorter. That is the word. And then I'm just gonna glue these on, of course. Still not know what in the world is is for a machine outside. I think somewhere in my neighborhood there, maybe they are work on something, but it's a strange noise. It is. It sounds like a big helicopter is hanging above my house, but it isn't. But I was watching if it was, if there was something flying above my head. And it's windy, and I don't know what kind of weather that we have lately, but it's strange weather. Now is that still that machine? Do you hear that? Well, that's definitely a plane or something. Helicopter, plane. I don't know, it's a strange day today. It's definitely strange. And not even if I have my window open today. It's cold enough out today. Very glad, by the way. I do like nice weather, but the heat is not for me. The cold also not, but the heat more not me. And if you can imagine, if it's too hot, I can't film anything. So that is definitely a no. A no for me. So yes, I do like till 20, 22 degrees. That's more than enough for me. More than enough. 25 the most. But higher than that, that's not my thing. But if it is, then it is. And I'm glad that I have some air conditioning. That is a very, very nice thing to have. Now again I hear a noise. Think a car or a little bus or something. Well, you don't know. You don't want to know what's everything go move around on my street. I'm lucky that I'm upstairs, so I don't watch on the street when something's happened that would distract me. But on the other hand, the sounds also distracts me. Yes, guys, this is done. Okay, so the inside is done. Also the decoration for the ribbon. If you don't like to use this, of course, then just skip this part. But I think it's very nice to use this because it fits so nicely to this project. Now the only thing that I just like to do, I don't know if you like to do that too, but if you roll this down just like that, then you have a little brush, and I'm just gonna cut down just a little bit. I don't know, I think it's a little bit too long in my opinion. So I just cut it a little shorter. Now I'm just gonna see if there is anything that needs to be cut. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Okay, so let's glue it on. Just gonna glue this down on the bottom of this edge. Here we go. Yes, I like this. It's kind of a little bohemian style, and I like it. I do like it. Okay, cut this one. Yes, this one too if you like that. Just roll it up. Try to get everything nicely and just cut a piece off as if you are at the hairdresser. Here we go. See if you have it all nicely, and if some pieces is needed, then you still can cut it off, of course. Okay. Ooh. Yes, this side, of course. Did you see that? I almost fucked it up. I did not use that word. Nope, that was not me. Alright. Place it down. There we go. This one needs to be a little... Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. And then this closes down just like that. That is why I need to cut this down. You don't want to bump in that other page. Okay, now this is the bottom. Yes! Okay. Close it down just like that. You can burnish it down a little bit better. Here we go. Now for the closure, guys, you can use anything you like. I must confess that I mixed up all my ribbons. I started up with yes, 2 sets, but now I mixed them all up. So I don't know which one I'm gonna use. I did use that white thread, and I have no clue if I still have enough for the second one. So please, I apologize for that, but just see what you have left, or maybe you'd like to use something else that you have in your own stash or something. Totally up to you. Now let me see, what do I like? Well, I think I'm just gonna use this. So I did measure last night a bit, and the longest one is going to be needed 90 centimeters, and the short one is going to be needed 80 centimeters. I have no clue how much that is in inches, but if you are gonna wrap this around, how you can see that if it fits, just make a knot, and if that fits, then it fits. And same thing on here, wrap it around and just make a knot, and if it fits, it fits. That's perfect. Okay, now I am gonna turn this around and I'm gonna settle this with some tape. Is this the middle? I'm gonna try to do this in the middle. Here we go. And here we go. Yeah, we can settle this down just a little bit more if you like, but I don't think it's necessary, but why not? Let's add a little bit more, just in case, just you never know. Okay guys, that's that. And now I can open all this up. And if I'm gonna place it down, what I like to do then is I'm just gonna grab these two and these two, and then I'm gonna make one bow. And if it's in your album, in your cover, then it will be easier. But this looks like that. Yes, okay, and now you can cut this down, the little ones, but it should be fitting perfect. Okay, that's that. I'm just gonna measure for you guys. So that's 12 and a 12, 3 times 12, 24, 36 inches. That is for the long one, and that's 35 inches will do, by the way. And then this is 24 and 8, 23 and 8 is, yeah, a little bit shorter. I think 22 inches, something like that. But I just gave you the method how you can measure that perfectly, and you can use anything. I really like this one too, but I had no idea that if I had enough, if you have enough. I really like this too. These ones, I don't know if you have enough, but that's just see what you have. I don't know what you have used on the cover, so please my apologize for not knowing exactly what you still have or still do not have. Okay, but I guess you have some ribbon left. There is plenty in the basket, I hope. So yeah, okay, cool. Now I did add some charm on it. These leaves, not that one, the light gold. I add on this page, and this one is a little tricky because, well, maybe it's not. Let's just check it out. Let me just check that out, because this one maybe just work. I hope it does. Oh yes, this one does work. Okay, so the other one, that white thread, did not work with this one. So I'm glad that this one does. Makes it a little bit nicer. Okay, let's see on the other side. Yay, cool. Yes, okay, cool. And then it will look like this. Same thing, of course. Just gonna grab these two, wrap these around, just like that. I missed some somewhere. That's okay. Here you go, guys. That's the little box storage page that I like to share with you guys. I hope you liked it. I really like these leaves on it. So cool. Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about this page? I'm gonna glue it in by peeling off this tape. And then of course I'm gonna add glue on. And then the base, not the base, this is definitely not a base page. But the first half of our page is done, guys. The first half is done. A applause to yourself. Okay, put some glue on every edges. All the way around, especially on the corners. I'm gonna use some clamps when I have add this on. Yeah, well, that's enough glue. Be aware that this is straight. My wild heart is on the left. Okay, where is my elbow? Here it is. I'm glad I have that U form of a desk, so I have so much space. Okay, put it on the left side of your page. Nicely all touched. Yeah, and I can open this up just like that. Open it up and then grab a bone folder and just go inside to let the glue do its job. Do the edges. Yeah. Okay, cool. Close it all up. Do the little closure. Yes, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use some clamps to make exactly sure that it's all gonna be nicely attached. I do love this to be perfectly glued down and not halfway. So if you do have some clamps, then I recommend that you do this. I also gonna add a few there where the ribbon is. So your ribbon is also nicely attached. One more, and then I can let this dry. Yes, cool. Alright, so what do you think? When this is dry, of course. Now it looks ridiculous, but let's see how this is dry. Okay guys, let's go to the next step of this page.